There's talk that Gavin Newsom is going to run for president. He shows all the signs, criticizing DeSantis. Gavin Newsom's an interesting man. If you want an example of how contrary thinking is, look no further than him. The man is not rational. The man is not common sense. The man is a typical Democrat that's thinking is so obtuse and convoluted that he views us and the rest of conservative society as backwards. I mean, who would have ever thought that, and I've said this before, with the Democratic Party, you have abstract thinking. This is a man who banned the sale of gas-powered engines in the state of California, effective 2035, as well as lawnmowers and leaf blowers. I'd like to know how they're going to do parks and golf courses with an extension cord. Or we're going to have battery-operated John Deere and Toro riding zero-turn mowers. That ought to be interesting. The guy's a foolish man, but he doesn't think he is. This is a guy who had draconian lockdown laws in his state while he went out to a $300 truffle dinner, no mask, with his wife and a medical entourage. The medical entourage should have known better, right? But remember, everybody knew the mask didn't save them. Everybody knew that was just all part of the control, part of the Great Reset. But Gavin Newsom, his laws were so intense that a guy out in the Pacific Ocean kayaking, the police took the time to go into the water and arrest him. Crazy stuff. Criticizing DeSantis. This man has actually profited U-Haul probably greater than any governor of any state, with the people leaving California because of their extreme high taxes. And I don't personally like Newsom. I can just tell by looking at him. He's your typical white, geeky haircut, thinks he's all that. The guy's a danger to all of us. He's a complete tyrant. He's got the makings of a dictator. And you listen to what they say about us, the conservatives. You listen to what they say. And folks, it's scary stuff. It's absolutely scary stuff what they're saying. There's no rationalizing or reasoning with these kinds of people. He has a 60% approval rating as of the last poll. And my question is, why? Who believes he's actually doing a good job? Poor Democrats? You know, it's laughable. What you have in this country is a massive amount of ignorance brought to you by the left. This is a man who supports getting rid of a gas cook stove. This is a man who supports an administration that wants to get rid of your air conditioner. Isn't that peachy? How are people in the South supposed to cool their homes? Well, Governor Newsom doesn't care about the South. Please notice where Democrats live. The most high-dollar real estate in America. They're not the Midwest. They're the coasts. I don't like Newsom. I don't like the guy. That guy, you give him some power, he's going to strip you of all your rights. If any man can get anything done on an extremist level, there's your man. He will slam everybody. We need to pray that that man does not get in the White House. He is a dictator. He is a tyrant. He is a self-centered, power-tripping fool. I'm going to say something, and it doesn't fly well. I had a discussion. Actually, I didn't have a discussion. I left a comment yesterday or the other day with all that's going on in Israel, and I made a bold comment. I said that mosque has no business on the Temple Mount. And I based that off history, that was the land of the Jews. And people want to argue with me and say, well, that's Palestine. No, that was the land of the Jewish people. The UN gave it back to them in 1948. Isn't that funny? The UN. Israel was chosen by God. And it has its boundaries and borders by God. And we live in a world that wants to play God. They ignore him. And we know what the Bible says. We know exactly what the Bible says about when God returns, what he's going to do. He's not done with his people. The problem I have with Gavin Newsom and all of these Democrats is they leave God and Bible prophecy completely out of the equation. They're not God pursuers. They're those that believe in evolution. They believe in survival of the fittest. And in the case of Newsom, he's using our Constitution, our election process to get voted in. And whoever thought all these years of people watching TV and the Next American Idol and Netflix and obsessing with SUVs, which proves the effectiveness of the media blitzkrieg. Blitzkrieg is a term when Germany would fly over London and just start pelting them with bombs. And we're getting just bombarded with dogs, SUVs, Starbucks, fake plastic commercials with toddler-style music. We have been effectively dumbed down. Now, Pacific's stance is that I am all for innovative ideas. I have said for a long time we need to be totally off of Middle Eastern oil dependence. But I'm going to tell you again, the Democrats were the worst polluters in the planet. Look at Flint, Michigan. Look at Detroit. Look at Lake Erie. Now you go look at Alaska with the pipeline. You can say what you want. It is well managed. And they try to say that conservatives don't care about the environment. I'm going to tell you that where I live here in Georgia, I can tell you authoritatively, guess who throws the most litter out of cars in this Georgia? There's signs all over, $1,300 to $1,500 fine. And guess who throws more litter and tires and mattresses and has junk all over the yard? Contrary to popular belief, it's not rednecks. It's African Americans that don't typically vote conservative. I drive, I see who's throwing garbage out the window. The other day, a black woman passed me on the right in a turn lane illegally because I wouldn't speed like she did. I was going the posted speed limit of 45. Cut around me with no signal. I get up to the light and I just looked at her. Young black girl, looked like she rolled out of bed with her hair mat on, or hair wrap. And it amazes me that guys have sex with that. I mean, you could just tell she's sweaty, greasy, gross, probably didn't shave in her armpits. She gives me this look, and then she drops some garbage out the window. And I should have said, wow, you must be Democrat. You break the laws. You throw your garbage out the window. And as far as Governor Newsom, he doesn't recycle at all. I've been working on this house, and with rising building costs and stuff like that, I've had to be resourceful. Buying old doors, 2 for $20, one 100 years old. You know, it's funny. Democrats want to talk about preserving the environment. They're buying mansions. Oprah Winfrey bought a $90 million mansion. I guess Gavin Newsom's okay with that kind of stuff. Everybody knows the Democrats are filthy rich. And Newsom is a hypocrite. Did you see him get on an airplane with an extension cord? Did you see it? My point. And this is the problem with this country. People vote that crap in. They don't look at what they're actually modeling. And this guy's going to stand up there on Fox News and say that the Republicans with gerrymandering and, trying to interfere with voting. Excuse me? This is a party that was throwing away ballots and allowed extended mail-in ballots, and dead people were casting ballots. The Democrats are the ones that are corrupt, and Georgia came down with laws to keep that from happening. But no, we live in a country today where nobody ever realized that our country could be destroyed by using the constitutional and process that we have set in place, that the people could be so dumbed down by the media and TV and the public education system that they'll vote in the makings of an Adolf Hitler, a dictator, who's going to tell you what you can and cannot drive, who's going to tell you totally wrong that the environment is the most critical thing facing this country and this world. No, the most critical thing facing this world is the condition of your soul. And if Gavin Newsom would actually do his research and read the book of Revelation, God is not going to preserve the environment. And it's all because of people like him. It's all because of people like us who sinned against him. But you're dealing with a godless man. He doesn't believe that. My question is, how long is God going to allow this foolishness to go on and let these small-minded people think that they can control everything before he says, excuse me, I am the Lord? And I told a Muslim that defended the mosque, he tried to tell me that, oh, don't tell me you believe in the Bible. I said, I do. I said, Islam is a false religion. You notice AOC standing up for Muslims? This is the party. You want to talk about it? The Muslims have made their money off oil, not electric vehicles. This party is against Christianity. This party is against common sense. It doesn't matter how much destruction the Democrats cause. These fools will continue to vote for the destruction of our country. They will continue to vote for bad leaders like Gavin Newsom. Now, the president is limited. But if you get enough Democrats in there, they can change laws. And they can keep their corrupt mafia intact. To listen to Newsom say that Republicans are setting this country back is laughable. This is a man who did nothing about the ships off the coast of California. This is a man who's nothing but a blowhard, criticizing DeSantis, who told all the ships they could come around to Florida and unload their cargo. DeSantis is a man who does something, and Gavin doesn't like it. Because Gavin Newsom is destroying the state of California. I grew up there. He is effectively destroying California. He is a woke fool. DeSantis stood up to Disney, which is pushing sexual perversion on our children. Disney, which was supposed to be more family-oriented. That's the kind of party that the Democrats want. Perverts, child molesters, people who are truly destroying the environment on many levels. Democrats do not model preserving the environment. What they model is amassing as much wealth for themselves as they can, breaking the rules that they put on everybody, telling you that you're wrong for disagreeing with them. Gavin Newsom is a fool. If this country votes him in, this country gets what it deserves.